Good morning, my knitters. How are you today? It is Easter Day here in the Christian faith. It is Sunday, March the 31st, I think. I think that's the date. Yes, March 31st. Hello, it's a watch that has a date. Can somebody help me? Yeah, it's been a minute. Let's see what I've been up to for the month of March. Hi. You're watching Recreational Knitting. My name is Karen, and it's been 3 weeks since my last podcast. Yes, indeedy, it has been the month of March. You know what they say about the Ides of March? Well, I think it's the whole month. So, yes. How have you guys been? I hope you've been awesome and you've got a ton of completed objects and you've got a wonderful stash down and you're working hard on your Wisdom of Moon and Shawl if you're joining in. You've gotten some of those whips out of your bags. You've gotten some of your stash out of your shelves or bins or bags. And you're ready to start on with April. We've gotten through the first quarter. Yes, I have not bought any yarn. I am shocked. For those of you who are new here, I'm running 2 year-long alongs, for lack of a better word. One is called Whip Be Gone 2023, and I'll put it down here. And that means that anything that you had in your bags or have in your bags that you want to complete, that have been languishing in your shelves. And yeah, we did an inventory. I gave you some tips. Look for those videos from from January, the other J month, okay? From January, I did three videos of things that, you know, if you want to work from your, you know, to try to get your whips down, to try to get your stash down, those things might help you. You're probably doing most of them anyway, but yeah, check them out. Then the second, let me tell you about the rules, duh. The rules are very loosey-goosey. That's who I am. Yeah, you just have to subscribe to this podcast. And if you are new here, leave that you're going to join us for one of these Begons. And then you can post all of your information, you know, the whips that you've completed on the community Recreational Knitting on Ravelry. If you have a trouble accessing Ravelry, you can certainly email me those pictures at recreationalknitting@gmail.com. I'd be happy to post them for you. Just know that might not be the same day. Yeah, I'm not on Ravelry a lot, except to look for patterns. Yeah, I'm the free pattern queen. Yeah, I will go in and there's one on today that is a lovely sweater that's free until I think the 3rd. And yeah, if you want to go download it, I'm sure the designer would enjoy that. Yeah, so that's Whip Be Gone. Anything that you've had on your needles that you want to get finished, awesome. It can be cross stitch, it can be crochet, it can be really any craft. If you're into stained glass, if you're into quilting, if you're into whatever, if it's a craft, you can enter it into the Whip Be Gone 2024. So I hope that kind of explains things and doesn't get people confused, because I'm a little confused this morning just on a good day. So yeah, it's been that kind of a month, really has. Continues, yes. The second along is Stash Be Gone 2024. And that's where we're all trying to work from all the beautiful yarns, craft items, linen, fat quarters, whatever it is that you're working on, that you're trying to get rid of some of the heaviness of your stash. I think we would all agree that when we have too much, it kind of becomes negative. So, and that's where I was at the end of last year. Looking at what I had and what had been in storage. Check those videos out too, they're fun. Yeah, I did a series of 3 videos that, or 3 and maybe 4, I don't know, can't remember. But, you know, finding out what I had in my storage bin for 4 years. Yeah, that was crazy. I couldn't remember buying much of any of it. Yeah, so we're trying to work down those stashes to feel a little lighter about ourselves. And there's a side benefit of that. I was reading an article out of the Washington Post, I think it was the Washington Post, a couple weeks ago, where it says letting go of things that really aren't needed in your life frees you up and can have a side effect of losing weight. Seriously? I need to knit faster. Okay, so all you need to do is just to kind of record however it is you're going to record on the Ravelry thread, you know, whether it's grams, meterage, yardage, half skeins, whatever, however you're doing this, fat quarters, just keeping track of what goes out. We're not expecting you to not buy anything, because there's always going to be that project, that rule, that, you know, whatever it is that you're going to say, you know, I really want that. And I've worked hard. I can have that. I'm trying to not buy anything this year. I don't know that that's really going to work. I have really gotten some itchy fingers with online carts recently. I haven't pulled the trigger, but I know it's coming. And I'm not going to berate myself. I'm just going to say, this was better than last year, where I bought poundage of yarn. Yeah, so however you want to do that, that'd be great. That'd be great. So, welcome. If you're new here, you're always welcome. This is a community where hate really isn't allowed. I delete anything negative off the comments, and there have been a few things. So please do as your mama and your grandmama always told you. If you can't say anything nice, don't say anything. Just think before you put something out there. It hasn't been a lot, but it's been a few. Anyway, let's start with the knitting. First, what I'm wearing. I am wearing a 3/4 or whatever you call elbow length Trescao. I can never remember the Ava Along Designs, I think. Ava Along Designs, something like that. It's a free pattern off of Ravelry. I've made about 5 of these in different, long sleeved, short sleeved, fuzzy, not fuzzy. This is made with BC Garn Bio Balance. It's a cotton, and I always want to say it's 50-50, but it's 55 of wool or cotton and the 45 of the other. So it's a great yarn. I live in Florida, for those of you that don't know, and I've worn this a couple times this spring, and it's been very comfortable in the evenings when, I try to go for a little bit of a walk with the dogs. It's been very comfortable. So, yeah, I would recommend, highly recommend. Okay, that's the first thing out of the way. You want to see finished objects. Yes, I know. I have 3. And yes, you will have to. Let's start with socks. These are socks made with opal yarn of some sort. Little shorty, sort of shorty socks. And they're almost identical twins. My tension must have been a little bit different, but they fit, and they fit nicely. I don't recall the pattern, but it's just a vanilla sock shorty pattern. Top down, heel and gusset. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Every time I get a finished object, for you that are new here, I have my screaming goat. I thought he needed new batteries, as my dad would say. Yeah, new batteries. So, yeah, my dad had some Billisms, as we used to call them. So, yeah, I really love this yarn. This is one of my favorite yarns, opal. Probably, yeah, right up there with West Yorkshire Spinners. And these are a medium sock. I'll just try to hold it up there so that you can see. Yeah, I think they really turned out nice. I'm looking forward, these have not been blocked. I'm looking forward to having these blocked, ready to wear. I've been waiting to record. So, first finished object, woohoo! All right. Sorry. Second finished object. These are Max. These are made with opal sock yarn as well. Don't know what the colorway is, but it sure looks tropical-ish to me. Yeah, and usually those are written in German, and I don't read German, nor do I speak it. Again, vanilla sock, just heel gusset. These have not been blocked either, and they keep wanting to fall off this. So anyway, 2 pairs of socks. I think they're both for me. We'll see. Two. Now this should get 2 good. I was going to wear this today, but as you can see, there's still some ends that need to be woven in. I blocked it yesterday. Both sleeves have everything in. Let me take this off the hanger, because I don't want to leave it on the hanger like that. But I have, let's see, where are all my ends? Here they are. I don't have all that many to weave in. It just got, I did this for 2 hours the other night. Oh, here's some more. Oh, I thought the sleeve was finished. Well, I guess it's more the body down here. So yeah, I have a few to weave in. This is the Vibes t-shirt from Tiff Nealon, a very well written pattern. And I started this with Valerie of A Visit with Nana and Papa. If you haven't checked her podcast out, you need to do so. She is a very talented knitter, crocheter, everything. She just does everything well. And she's a really good problem solver, and she's really good with color. Yeah, I started this. She did a kind of a knit along, Your First Sweater Together, I think it was called. It wasn't my first sweater, but I wanted to knit this and have the camaraderie. And then it was kind of in the time that we moved, and I was pretty ill, and I just kind of gave up doing the Zooms. And anyway, I finished finally. I think the last time I showed you, I only had 1 sleeve. There really is a thing as sleevitis, and I am a victim. And that's the back, so you don't need to see that. But it fits wonderfully. Modifications. I made the sleeve longer because I'm an old lady with wings, as we used to call them. Yeah, I think they're probably about 3 or 4 inches longer. They come down about where this comes, and very happy about that length. I did not use, you can probably see that there's eyelets and slip stitches. I did not do that on the sleeve just because of the rub that you might get, and eventually might wear out and get pills and all kinds of things. So yeah, I didn't do that. What else? I did not alter the neckline. This is supposed to have a different neckline. I think it's some kind of ribbing that you add later. I like this. I liked the way this neckline was. In Florida, you don't want a whole lot around your neck, so yeah. So anyway, that one is done. And now I'm going to put it on the way I really put my sweaters on. The hanger is like this, and then if I have long sleeves, they go like this. So I'll be weaving in some more ends probably tonight. Watching a lot of basketball, yes. So 3 finished objects. That's a lot. Of course, it has been 3 weeks. And 2 were socks, but still, you know, they're all whips. They were all started before the first of this year. What else can I tell you? I'll be not entering them in the Whip Be Gone, but they are stash, and that's good. Yeah, I'm really pleased. I wish I would have had a couple more done. And as you'll see from my whips in progress, I'm close for a couple things. So let's get on with that. First whip is another pair of socks that I found in storage back in October when we were unpacking. When I got this out of storage, it was a toe, basically, 1 toe. And finished that one. You've seen that one. And now, this is kind of my car project. So, you know, I have, what, 4 inches maybe to go, and then I have to put a heel into it. I think this is where I was the last time I showed this to you. So while I've made some progress, it's, you know, not life-altering. But I really am excited that, again, this is a whip that has been on the needles since at least 2016. Probably the year before that. Could be. I don't know. So that's going to get worked on. All right. Whip number 2 is another sock that, these are all toe up socks that were whips, except for those blue ones. Yeah. And now I discover when I go to put the second one on the needles, I go, all right, how do we do this? I did it for years. I can't remember. It's like, okay, dementia has really set in. When I picked this out of storage, this too was like just a toe and a little bit. 3x1 rib, as was that. Apparently that was the go-to pattern for me. There was no pattern in any of these, so I didn't have numbers. So I had to go back and scratch my head and go, okay, what's that about? All right, so I cut in last night for a heel, and that's where I'm at with this one. I think this is where I was the last time I showed you. So I've knit that much and cut in for the heel. So very close for that. Yeah, if I'd been less sleepy last night, I probably could have gotten those done. But This is a Lorna Laces yarn. Of course, we know Lorna doesn't dye yarn any longer, but I still have some of her lovely yarn. All right, what else? Oh boy. I worked on this. We had several cool days, and I know that they're limited in number. So this is a cardigan. You're going to ask me what the heck pattern it is. I'll put it down here. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. And I've got this marker in kind of backwards, but that's where I was the last time I showed you. I'm still on the, I think I have one more raglan increase to go for this. I'll put in this yarn as well. It's a rustic yarn. Yeah, and you go, what? She lives in Florida. Yeah, I live in kind of North Florida. So there are evenings in the winter that this will feel very good. I've made 2 buttonholes. I think the last time that I showed you it only made 1, so I've got 2 now, coming up on the 3rd. And I'm pleased with the progress, with a little bit of knitting, really, that I pull in. It's a really crispy yarn, which I know will be butter by the time I block it, soak it, all the things. But I've always wanted to knit a brown cardigan, and so now I'm going to. This, however, is my first cardigan. So if it looks wonky, practice, right? All right, so that's another whip. And this, oh, excuse me. This was as a result of a cast-on party that I had last year with some of you that joined me. This is Trilogy Yarn Unicorn Farts, and I'm doing helical knitting with it. I've never done helical knitting. I've always just done rows of hand-dyed, but had I known about helical knitting, you know, years ago, I would have been doing it. Very easy. Next time I will discuss with you my make 9s. I've made 2 of them this year, and I don't think I've shared either one. Helical knitting was one of the techniques that I wanted to learn this year, or to try, because I'd never done it. I've heard about it. You know how things scare you, techniques scare you sometimes? That was one of them. I don't know why. So I think the last time I showed you guys, I really had very little bit beyond this neck piece. So I'm getting close to, it's a yoke pattern. So I've had to incorporate a smaller top, and then I'll be increasing to accommodate the girls and the belly, and hopefully it'll fit. This is, hold that thought, this is the Breezeway by Fogbound Knits. Just a pretty straightforward yoke pattern, summer tee. I will make modifications of longer sleeves, and it will not be a crop. Just saying. Yeah. Cover up that tummy. And I just don't think a woman in her 60s need to wear a crop top unless it's over a dress. Yeah. So, let's hope that it works fit-wise. I've been trying it on, and I think I have my numbers correct, but, you know, we always think that. So that's what I've been working on. There's another one here that I need to work on, and this is by Annika Knits. is I am the worst today. I'll put it here. This is the tank car top. And that's where I'm at. I need to mattress stitch the shoulder seams. I'm waiting for a day where I feel I hate the mattress stitch. I've only done it once and I didn't like it. It didn't turn out very well. So that is on my Make 9 for techniques to try to get better with it. Yeah, this is where I was, I believe, the last time I showed you. So I've made some progress. This was the front. I had the back done and I just put them together like 4 rows. I don't know whether you can see that or not. And yeah, I like the color of this. This is, again, a simple tee for summer. And I'm counting that I'm going to have, if I really get working, I should have about 3 new tees to wear this summer, which will be nice. All right, last one is the Wisdom and Moon shawl. All right. This is my challenge. This is the 3rd time I cast this on. Not gonna lie. Have I done a lot on it? Oh, heck no. And this is where we're at. Yes, I am a remedial student of this Wisdom and Moon shawl. But in my defense, we had 2 weeks of company. I was sick for about 4 or 5 days right before our company came. So, you know, right in the middle of cleaning and, you know, changing linens and, you know, all the things. Yeah, I got sick. I had a fever of like 100, but I felt like somebody had taken me and, you know, over here and run the cement truck over me. So I am working on it. I'm hoping that you are doing better than I. I know there's been some completed ones on Ravelry. They're beautiful, by the way. This is really quite a beautiful shawl. I'm a little intimidated of the Latvian braid, not gonna lie. So I've just put this in a fat squirrel bag to be checked upon in the next week or so. Yeah, I want to finish 2 pairs of socks. That's my goal for this next upcoming week. My goal for last time was to finish the Vibes tee. I did. Weaving in ends still, there must have been at least 100 ends to weave in. It's a lovely pattern and I would do it again, but oh my gosh, the weaving in, it'll kill you if you hate to weave in ends. That would be me. So yeah, those are all the things that I've worked on. I haven't worked on any of my stitching. Yeah, I just haven't. We've been busy like many people that are welcoming spring into their world. We've been doing some outside planting and, you know, the outdoor things that you do in spring, getting garden beds ready for planting. We planted several hibiscus outside. They are gorgeous. If I have a picture, I'll put it in here somewhere. They're gorgeous. They really are. They're very pretty. And I don't think they're a native plant to Florida, but they're not invasive. So I'm okay with that. Yes, this coming Saturday, I'll be going to the garden show in our neighborhood. Kind of, it's in Palm Coast, Florida. And I'll be looking for some smaller flowers to fill in, like, you know, hostas and, you know, those kinds of things that you can put in front of the bed to fill it in. So yeah, that's what we've been doing outside. What have we been doing inside? I think I showed you our plantation shutters the last time. Painters are gone. It's always a good thing. But plumbers are here. During, yes, you heard it, during our guests, we had some plumbing problems. We have not used the guest room shower, but maybe once. I've used it a couple times too when I scrub the tub. No problems. Hot water, cold water, awesome, you know. And we had 5 people here at once and using showers for over a week. And one day before the last 2 left, there was very little there was a trickle of hot water. And, you know, thinking, okay, take the aerator off, all of that. Nope, that wasn't it. So we had to come, we had to call the plumbers. The plumbers came, had to call the bigger boss. He came, you know, and of course this is never the same day. This is like 4 days, 3 days, and blew it out, and he couldn't do it. And so he tried one more shot, and he changed the cartridge and blew it out. And lo and behold, it worked. Yay! Plumbing problem was fixed. No. I put up a little short the other day that we are now having the same issue in our kitchen sink. Only this time, none of that I talked about worked at all. And he had to cut out a piece of the, what do you call it? The stuff they put on the wall, drywall. Hello, drywall. He had to cut that out and try to go in from the back to try to blow it out or whatever they were doing. And in the meantime, another problem started that was leaking at the, I'm having trouble with words today, spigot, faucet. So now, instead of one problem, we have 2 problems. Oh, wait. No, we have 3 problems. Now there's a leak under the sink. New homes, don't do it. Buy used, no matter what. At least they have systems that have been tried and true. Yes, some of the pipes might need, you know, changing, but my goodness, plumbing. Anyway, so yeah, that's been our month as far as the house. I've been to 7 or 8 doctors and PT appointments. The good news is the PT is working. The bad news is my knee doctor came in Friday at kind of a surgical consult. It's basically what it was. He looked at my x-ray and he goes, man, I'm glad my knees don't look like that. It's like, okay, thanks. And then he patted my knee and said, I'm sorry. He goes, how bad are they? And I said, well, they're pretty bad. So, but what we've decided is we're going to wait a while, continue with PT, and see what the fall brings. That maybe I can at least get some relief by doing some biking and swimming. So that's the plan. We'll see if it works. So, since I've been so long in getting this up to you, I apologize, hoping that you're munching on a little chocolate while you're watching this. And we're going to have a little bit of a thing that I send somebody, either a pattern or some yarn. And if I say, you know, the G word, then their scammers come. And I'm sure that if you've watched any other YouTube channels, that you know that once you say the G word, giveaway, that it somehow scammers start and said, send me your address. I'll never do that. You know, you have to contact me. So that's the rules. What do you have to do? You're going to put in a word in the comment. And what it's going to be is yarn. Any comment will do. Just put yarn. Y-A-R-N. Yarn. Okay? That's all you have to do. And before the next one, I'll pick a winner. And yes, I have picked a winner for the Wisdom and Moon shawl already. Of course, where did I leave that? In the other room, and I'll do that next time. So we'll have a bunch of winners next time. That way I can take things to the post office all at once. Yeah, saves on gas. Oh, another big news. Woo, woo, woo. I bought a car this week. How did I forget that? Seriously, how did I forget that? Clap, yes, clap. Yodeling pickle. How did I forget that I bought a car? It's called Freedom, and we've been with one car for over 4 years. I sold my car before we started our 4-year trip, and basically I've been at the mercy of a Mini with a clutch. Now, for somebody that has bone-on-bone knee, using a clutch, not the best of ideas. So I've driven less and less and less, and it's really kind of put me in where I feel like I have, that's a little harsh, that I've been kind of stunted in doing things that I'd like to do. And so this week I bought a car without a clutch. Very happy with it. It's silver and it's pretty. It's a Volkswagen Jetta. It is kind of the base unit, you know, it doesn't have all the bells and whistles, although all cars now have bells and whistles. This one just doesn't have all of them. It's kind of one of the cheaper cars that I could find that met my needs. I went into the dealership and I said, okay, I'm looking for a car, basically for an old lady. Just going to the grocery store and the doctor's, okay? That's really what I want. And of course, the yarn store. So yeah, I'm excited. I'll take pictures of all the things, and I'll try to insert them in this one, or I'll show them to you next time. I just want to get this up and saying hello to all of you. I miss you. I really love this community, and it's been a long month. Let's just put it that way. Yes. Anyway, I think this is probably long enough, and I'll leave you with the yodeling pickle. Knit in peace.